Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to Erica English Channel. My name is Erica, and today I'll guide you through a beautiful topic. Talk about when you were a child. I want you to relax, breathe slowly, and let your memories open like an old photo album in your mind. As you listen, repeat key sentences after me and imagine the scenes as if they are happening right now. When I was a child, mornings felt like soft sunshine touching my face through the window. I remember the smell of fresh bread and the quiet sound of the street outside our home. My shoes were small, my steps were quick, and my heart was full of curiosity. I believed every day could bring a new adventure. Say this with me. When I was a child, I felt curious and free. Feel how simple words open big feelings. The more you speak, the more your memory becomes a friend to your English. You do not need perfect grammar to tell a true story from your heart. Let's build your story with a gentle structure: time, place, people, and feelings. First, choose a time like when I was 5, in elementary school, or during my summer holidays. Then add a place, like in my grandmother's house, in the schoolyard, or near the river behind our street. After that, name the people who were with you: parents, grandparents, siblings, neighbors, or best friends. Finally, add feelings: happy, shy, proud, scared, excited, or surprised. For example, when I was 7, I used to visit my grandmother in a small village, and I felt peaceful. Repeat it with your own life, and let your voice carry the picture. Your memories are your richest vocabulary. Do you remember your favorite toy? Maybe it was a red toy train, a soft bear, a jump rope, or a homemade kite. Mine was a paper kite that my uncle helped me make on windy afternoons. We colored it blue and tied a long tail with little ribbons that danced in the air. I used to run across an empty field while the kite pulled the string and my laughter followed behind me. The sky felt close, like a friend holding my hand. My shoes became dusty, my cheeks became pink, and my heart felt light. I didn't need anything expensive to feel rich because I had the whole sky. Notice how these simple past verbs carry your memories: was, had, liked, played, visited, watched. Add used to for habits. I used to climb trees, I used to draw, I used to help my mother cook. Add would for repeated actions in the past. On Sundays, we would visit my aunt. At night, my father would tell stories. These small phrases turn pictures into sentences and sentences into stories. Now, let's design your childhood morning. Close your eyes and see your old kitchen, your school bag, your breakfast, and the shoes by the door. Say, when I was a child, my mornings started with and completed with smells, sounds, and colors. Try, when I was a child, my mornings started with the sound of a kettle and the smell of tea. What did your neighborhood look like? Maybe there was a big tree with low branches where children hid secrets. Maybe there was a small shop where the owner smiled and gave you candy. Maybe there was dust in the summer and puddles in the winter. Some memories are bright and others are a little sad, and both are welcome here. If your childhood was difficult, choose a moment of safety, hope, or small happiness. Even a simple memory, like a warm blanket, a friendly teacher, or a song on the radio, can shine like a star. Your story matters because it belongs to you. Let's talk about games you played. Perhaps you skipped rope and counted loudly with friends. Perhaps you kicked a ball against a wall until the sun went down. Perhaps you played hide and seek and learned the art of waiting and listening. What rules did your games have? Did you draw lines in the sand or chalk circles on the ground? Did you make teams or argue about who should start first? Did an older cousin or a neighbor become the fair referee who solved every argument? Think of a person who protected and encouraged you when you were small. It could be a grandparent who cooked slowly and told long stories after dinner. It could be a teacher who noticed your shy voice and praised your drawing. It could be a friend who shared half a sandwich and half a secret with you. Say this line and feel its truth. When I was a child, I was not alone because love walked beside me. If your memory feels far away, hold it like a little bird and let it breathe. You don't need to force it because memories prefer soft hands. Give them time and they will visit you. Now let's enter your old school. Smell the chalk, hear the bell, and feel the wooden desk under your fingers. Do you remember a book that changed you, a sentence you copied again and again, or a page that made you dream? I remember tracing maps and wondering how big the world could be beyond the edge of the paper. Tell me about a small success you had when you were a child. Maybe you won a race, finished a puzzle, learned to swim, or sang in a school show. Little victories become strong pillars in your adult heart. Speak them out loud and let them stand tall. Use this pattern to share your story. When I was this years old, I this for the first time, and I felt this. For example, when I was 9 years old, I rode a bicycle without help for the first time, and I felt free. Then add a detail, like the color of the bicycle or the feeling of wind on your face. One detail makes memory real, and your English becomes vivid. Sometimes childhood brings fear or failure too. Maybe you fell, lost, cried, or felt embarrassed in front of your classmates. You can still speak about it with gentle words and wise eyes. Say, I was small, but I learned to stand again. What did you eat when you were a child? Can you smell the soup, the rice, the bread, the fruit, or the special dessert for holidays? Who cooked it, and how did the kitchen sound while they worked? I remember the music of dishes and the quiet talk of adults as if it were a secret river. Say, the soup was salty and warm, the bread was soft and sweet, or the peaches smelled like summer. Sensory words give color to your sentences and comfort to your listener. Your story becomes a room where people can sit and feel at home. Now, let's create a short childhood timeline together. Choose 3 ages and attach one memory to each. For example, age 5, first day at school. Age 8, first trip to the countryside. Age 11, first time reading a big novel. Put them in order and speak them slowly like steps on a path. Picture your childhood bedroom or sleeping place. Was there a curtain that moved with the night air or a lamp that made a small circle of gold on the wall? Did you keep a secret box under the bed or a notebook with private dreams? Did you listen to the rain and feel that the world was kind? What songs did you hear when you were small? Did your family sing while working or driving? Did holidays bring special music and stories that returned every year like friends? Close your eyes now and let one small melody return to you. Say this pattern. When I was a child, I used to, with, and we felt. For example, when I was a child, I used to collect stones with my brother, and we felt proud when they shined. These patterns are your keys when words feel shy. Keep them in your pocket, and you will always be able to speak. Do you remember your first responsibility? Maybe you watered plants, watched a younger sibling, or fed a pet at sunset. Responsibility is the beginning of dignity in a child's heart. When we remember it, we honor our younger self. Now, let's connect childhood to the person you are today. Ask yourself, what did my younger self teach me? Perhaps patience, courage, creativity, or kindness grew from moments you barely noticed. Say thank you to that small version of you who kept walking. I learned that quiet observation is a superpower I carried from childhood. I used to sit on the steps and watch people pass with bags and stories. Their faces taught me more than textbooks about hope and worry. That is why I listen deeply now when others share their lives. Take a minute and repeat after me. When I was a child, I learned something that still helps me today. Let the sentence travel into your bones and find the right word. Maybe that word is sharing, or bravery, or curiosity. Speak it softly and feel how it still belongs to you. Childhood also includes places where we said goodbye. Maybe you moved to a new home, lost a pet, or watched a friend leave for another city. These memories teach us to love without holding too tight. When we tell them, our English carries wisdom. I want you to collect 5 small pictures now: a toy, a place, a person, a food, and a song. Put them in one paragraph using past simple, used to, and feelings. For example, when I was little, I used to sit under the apricot tree behind our house and listen to my grandmother's stories while eating warm bread, and my favorite song floated from a small radio. Read it aloud twice and feel your voice become steady and bright. Here are helpful sentence starters for your own monologue. When I was a child, my favorite game was... I used to spend my weekends... Every summer we would... One day I suddenly learned... I was shy, but I tried to speak in class. We were poor, but our table was full of laughter. I was scared, but my mother held my hand. If your memory hurts, move slowly and choose words that respect your younger self. You can say, I went through a difficult season, but I discovered strength I did not know I had. Your voice can be soft and still be powerful. Healing stories do not need sharp edges to be true. What did your childhood sky look like at night? Could you see many stars or only a few brave ones over the rooftops? Did you make wishes on shooting stars or imagine planes were silver birds? Sometimes I felt the moon was a quiet teacher watching me grow. Think of tools you had: a notebook, crayons, a cheap ball, a plastic recorder, or a hand-me-down book. Simple tools can build rich imaginations. When I see a child draw with one pencil for months, I remember how creativity is stronger than money. Your story can inspire someone to see treasure in ordinary things. Let's practice transitions to organize your story smoothly. Use first, then, after that, and finally. Example: first, I woke up early, then I walked to school with my cousin, after that we played football, and finally I went to sleep too late because I was excited. These small bridges make your story easy to follow. Add sound words to increase life: buzz, clap, splash, whisper, and thud. Say, the jump rope went whip-whip on the ground, and our shoes went tap-tap on the pavement. Sound paints movement and makes your English musical. Your listener will feel inside the scene with you. Remember the adults who carried heavy worries so you could play freely. Maybe a mother woke early, or a father came home tired but still smiled. Today, you can honor them by speaking their kindness into the air. A small thank you in your story is a big gift. Bring one childhood lesson into your life right now. If you used to explore a new book or park this week. If you used to help, volunteer for 1 hour and feel the old joy return. Let your past give strength to your English journey. If you feel nervous about speaking, remember you learned your first language through listening, repeating, and playing. Do the same now with English. Listen deeply, repeat bravely, and play with words. Your mistakes are part of the game and part of your music. Every attempt makes your voice warmer and your story clearer. Let's craft a short monologue together for your practice. When I was a child, I used to run with a red kite across the empty field behind my house, and I believed the sky knew my name. My grandmother would call me to taste soup, and the spoon felt like a small silver moon. At night, my father would read the same book again, and the words became a soft river that carried me to sleep. Those days were simple, but they taught me that joy can be quiet. You can record your voice and send it to a friend or teacher. Listening to your own voice helps you hear rhythm, pronunciation, and emotion. Be kind when you hear yourself, because courage always sounds beautiful. Then speak again and notice the small improvements. Build a vocabulary box for this topic with words like childhood, neighbor, playground, report card, holiday, uniform, and secret. Add phrases like I used to, we would, back then, and one day. Practice in pairs. Ask and answer using what did you used to do after school? Turn it into a game and keep the atmosphere light. What scent returns you to childhood fastest? Is it rain on dust, soap bubbles, pencil shavings, or baked apples? Scents are like keys that open silent rooms in the brain. Invite them to unlock stories you forgot you owned. Before we close, I want you to write 3 sentences you can share this week. When I was a child, I loved. My favorite place was. I learned to be this because. These sentences are small but powerful doors to connection. Read your sentences to someone you trust or post them in a study group. When others read your memories, they will remember their own, and conversation will grow naturally. That is the magic of this topic. Childhood invites everyone to the table. Your voice will be welcomed because it carries honesty and warmth. Thank you for walking through your memories with me today. If some memories were heavy, I'm proud of your courage to hold them. If your memories were bright, I'm happy they still shine. Either way, you spoke truth, and truth strengthens your English like roots. Repeat after me to close our practice. When I was a child, I was learning to become me. When I speak about my childhood, I speak from the deepest part of my heart. My English grows when my story grows. I am ready to share. If you want, you can listen again and pause to answer each question in your own words. You can also write your monologue and read it aloud every night for 1 week. Your pronunciation will improve and your memories will become clearer. Practice makes your voice brave and beautiful. Dear friends, you did wonderful work today. Thank you for trusting me with your childhood world. If you enjoyed this episode, share your 3 sentences in the comments and inspire another learner. Your small story may open a big door for someone far away. I will leave you with a final picture to carry in your pocket. Imagine the child you were standing beside you now, holding your hand and smiling at the person you are. Whisper, I remember you, and I thank you. Walk forward together and let your English be the bridge between past and future. This is Erica on Erica English Channel, and I'm honored to be part of your journey today. May your memory stay gentle, your words stay honest, and your English grow strong. Thank you for listening, and keep telling your true stories in a clear, kind voice. I'll be here cheering for you every step of the way.